Good afternoon, Jaguars, and welcome to another live episode of MVTV. I'm Leif Campbell.
And I'm Carly Triple. We have lots of interesting stories for you guys in today's episode, including returning segments, What's Happening Now with Jack and Bennett, Cooking with Adele, some stress information, along with more news and events going on around Mill Valley, so stay tuned.
With all the things happening, plus schoolwork, it's easy to get pretty stressed out. Reporter Emily Feuerborn brings us a story all about National Stress Week and how students can manage their stress.
As we get deeper and deeper into the school year, students begin to get more and more stressed. But what really is stress? This week is National Stress Week, so I think it's time we find out.
So stress, for starters, has a little bit of a bad reputation. The issue is, and I think where it gets a bad reputation, is that we don't handle stress well or cope with stress well.
Stress causes your body to go into the fight or flight response, so your body is filled then with adrenaline, and that allows your body to either fight the stressor or take flight and run away.
There is a reason that developmental psychologists call adolescence the season of storm and stress. So everyone is susceptible to stress, and you're going to see different seasons of your life have higher stress because of those circumstances that come and go. Because for one of the first times in your life as an adolescent, you have the moral development, the social development, the cognitive development to know what all you're responsible for.
Stress is something everyone deals with on a day-to-day basis. To solve this problem, tune in next week when reporter Lexi Clays shows you some ways that can help you relieve stress. This has been Emily Feuerborn reporting for MVTV.
Whenever you're stressed, it's nice to take a step back and have some fun. I like drawing or playing with my dog Trixie.
Me too. When I'm stressed, I play with my dog Dave. He calms me. Speaking of pets, let's head to reporter Lexi Logston to learn about the KC Pet Project.
KC Pet Project is the third largest no-kill shelter in the U.S. Let's take a look into the amazing things this organization does.
My name is Alicia Willett. I'm the volunteer program manager at Kansas City Pet Project. On average, Kansas City Pet Project cares for 10,000 animals a year. It comes out to about 20 to 30 animals a day. It takes a lot of hard work. We have a ton of really passionate staff members and volunteers that they live, eat, and breathe Kansas City Pet Project. We have a lot of different opportunities to volunteer here. You can help with walking dogs, you can help socialize cats, you can help our kennel team take care of the kennels. The students can volunteer by going to our website. It's just kcpetproject.org/volunteer, and part of our volunteer orientation is online. So there's a 10-minute video. Once they do that, they can sign up for a shelter tour and get started. I would encourage anybody, including high school students, to come and volunteer because it's something that's bigger than yourself. And it's really important to understand how much more there is to life than just what's in your bubble. And the best way to find that out is to actually get out there and experience other things.
To volunteer at this amazing shelter, go to kcpetproject.org. This has been Lexi Logston reporting for MVTV.
Thanks, Lexi. Well, fall is almost over.
I know, we even got our first snow like what, an hour ago?
Dang. I miss fall already, and it hasn't even ended.
Me too. Speaking of fall things, reporter Adelle Warford brings us another segment of cooking on 3 ways to prepare pumpkin-related foods.
Good afternoon, Jaguars. To complement this fall season, we will be making 3 pumpkin recipes that are super delicious. Hope you enjoy! The first recipe is a pumpkin roll. Combine flour, baking powder, baking soda, salt, and cinnamon. Next, add sugar, the eggs, pumpkin puree. Bake the bread at 350 for 25 minutes. When the bread is hot, roll it into a log and then cool in the freezer. To make the filling, combine cream cheese, powdered sugar, butter, and vanilla. Unroll the log and then add the filling. Roll the log up again and cut into slices for serving. The next recipe is a pumpkin spice latte. Combine the milk on the stove and let simmer. Next, add the sugar, pumpkin puree. Whisk together the ingredients. Next, add hot coffee, pumpkin spice, and vanilla. Pour into a glass and serve with whipped cream. The next recipe is a pumpkin pie dip. Combine cream cheese and pumpkin puree. Next, add the sour cream, cinnamon, and pumpkin spice. Serve the dip with ginger snap cookies.
Fall into the kitchen and try these 3 delicious recipes. This has been Adelle Warford reporting for MVTV. Cheers!
That looks so good. Thanks, Adele. I'll definitely have to try some of the recipes.
Yeah, me too. One of the coolest things about being here at the Valley is getting to go to school with my mom.
Leaf, you aren't the only kid who has a teacher that is here at Mill Valley. Drew Klein brings us the story.
This might take more than one.
You know what? That's okay.
Go.
Today, we take a look at those students with parent-teachers here at Mill Valley and how their daily lives are affected.
I think it's definitely interesting. I mean, I haven't known anything else since she started working here before I got into high school.
She doesn't know any different ever since she's come to Mill Valley. I've been here, so she's pretty used to me being around.
You know, it's exciting because I get to see him more often being at school, but I mean, at the same time, I dread that I might be called down to the principal's office and it might be a Ben Wieland issue. So,
well, it's pretty difficult because you know that if you do something stupid and screw up and get in trouble, Toby's going to find out and he's going to tell my dad ASAP.
It makes for very interesting dinner conversations. We have lots to talk about because we have a lot in common since we both come to Mill Valley every day and experience life here.
Freshman year, I think Ben acted like I was not here. But now that he's a sophomore, he will acknowledge me and sometimes even calls me Mr. Wieland, although I think he's making fun of me when he does it. So I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad thing.
My mom would probably say I only go see her if I want something, but that's not true.
I really don't see her unless she needs to drop something off at my classroom or maybe needs money or something.
I try not to see him if I can. Every once in a while, I'm kind of forced to talk to him. And when I do, I just say, hey, what's up, Mr. Wieland? But I try and keep it limited to about once a week.
But the Weigels and the Wielands aren't the only students here at Mill Valley with parent-teachers. There are many others, including This has been Drew Klein reporting for MVTV.
Another fall-related thing that's coming to an end is the football season, including those girls playing the Powder Puff football game.
The seniors took the early lead of 7-0, scoring the first points of the game. The juniors tried to narrow the gap, but the seniors scored another touchdown before they could, making the score 14-0. However, the seniors' lead would be short-lived as the juniors figured out a way around their defense to get their first touchdown, making the score 14-7. The senior girls overwhelmed the juniors and scored again, increasing their lead. The juniors fought hard to come back, scoring their last touchdown, making the final score 21-14, with the seniors coming out on top. Congrats to all girls for a game well played.
That looks like fun. Next, we have sports with Riley and Bree, followed by weather with Audrey and the activity of the week.
Good afternoon, Jaguars, and welcome to this week's sports segment. I'm Brie LaLuke.
And I'm Riley Ferguson. To start off, the football team played St. James last Friday, where they won 24-7. They'll play tomorrow night at Aquinas, so go out and show your support.
Seniors and junior girls participated in the annual Powder Puff football game. Seniors came out on top with the score 21-14.
Congratulations to the girls cross country team for winning their first 6A state title. That's all for this week's sports segment. I'm Riley Ferguson.
And I'm Brie LaLuke. See you next week, Jags.
Good afternoon, Jaguars. This is Audrey Grabmeyer here with your weekend weather update. On Friday, there's a high of 36 and a low of 17 with sunny skies. So if you're headed out to the playoff game against Aquinas, be sure to bundle up. On Saturday, there's a high of 39 and a low of 30, again with sunny skies. And finally, on Sunday, there's a high of 47 and a low of 26 with rain. So if you're headed out to see the final musical showing at 3 o'clock, be sure to stay dry. That's all for your weather update. See you next week, Jags.
congrats again to the cross-country team. Great job this season.
Jags, are you confused about whether you should take the ACT or the SAT? Well, reporter Tanner Jones has a little more information about these tests.
Taking the SAT and ACT can be very stressful, and you may not know which test to take, so here's your basic rundown of the SAT and ACT. First, the SAT and ACT is a standardized test that allow colleges to compare your scores to students around the country. You will be given 3 hours to complete the test and an additional 40 minutes if you choose to take the optional essay. Also, you will have to pay about a $50 fee to take the test. On the ACT, you'll complete a math section, a science section, an English section, and a reading section. On the SAT, you will complete a math section and a reading and writing section. Also, both tests will offer an optional essay as well. Prepping for the test can be very stressful, and having someone to help you could be very beneficial. There are many places that provide one-on-one tutoring either online or in person. There are places to go in person like Sylvan Learning or online like the Princeton Review. But which test is right for you? All colleges will accept both the SAT and ACT, but different schools have different requirements. The SAT tends to be more popular among coastal states, while the ACT tends to be more popular among the Midwest. So which test you take depends on your school's location, your school's requirements, and your skill set. But it's becoming increasingly more popular for students to take both tests instead of just one or the other. For more information, you can visit the SAT website, the ACT website, and the Princeton Review. This has been Tanner Jones reporting for MVTV.
Thanks, Tanner. To finish off today's show, let's head over to Jack and Bennett with what's happening now.
Gather round, children, and listen to the classic tale of a duo of boys who discuss various things going on around the world.
Oh hey, welcome back to another episode of What's Happening Now. I'm Jack, that's Bennett. Let's get started.
Last Wednesday, the world's tallest statue was unveiled in Gujarat, India. The Statue of Unity took 56 months to complete and stands 597 feet tall. That's over 108 minutes. The statue depicts Vallabhbhai Patel, the first Deputy Prime Minister of India, and was designed by 93-year-old sculptor Ram B. Sitar. In the end, the Statue of Unity cost about 30 million Indian rupees, or about 42 million American dollars. Moving on, this week Donald Trump rustled some feathers when he suggested using an executive order to end birthright citizenship, or jus soli. As written in the 14th Amendment,
all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside.
Not everyone is fully convinced. Speaker of the House Paul Ryan said, well, obviously, you cannot do that. Let's end this week's episode with some entertainment updates. Fox's Bohemian Rhapsody dominated with a $51 million opening weekend, and Maroon 5's Girls Like You topped the Billboard Hot 100 for the 6th straight week, for some reason. That's it for this week's episode of What's Happening Now. Peace.
That's it for this week. Tune in next time, and remember,
Great job, guys. Quick little shout out to Mrs. Strong. Happy birthday. That's all for today's episode of MVTV. I'm Leif Campbell.
And I'm Carly Tribble. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for the office announcements following the credits.